Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. Max is here. I'm here. No one else. You might notice underneath I'm wearing the kit from a few years. I guess that's 4 years ago. I'm trying to remember. 3 years ago. Yeah. There's a reason. I don't normally wear kit to recording or just in my daily life. But a 5-year-old this morning wanted our whole family to wear football jerseys and football stuff. So my wife's wearing her Everton shirt. My 2-year-old is wearing his. Bennett's wearing his stuff. It's like he just wanted us all to get like kitted out today and wear all the gear. It just I don't know if he thought we had a game later or what. we don't. But yeah. So just explaining that for people watching. I don't normally wear the shirt. Just out on the town, or when we record. Anyway, having said that, I am proud to wear it. Feels nice. It's very comfortable on this warm day. So we are here to discuss game with Swans coming up this weekend. It's an away match, right? Mm-hmm. Which means we usually, play awful in away matches. Usually just fold. Yeah, so I'm trying to keep that in mind for my prediction later. We'll have to see if it actually contributes to my prediction. We'll see. Here's a bunch of information about Swansea. Not too much, but here's some. They're currently 15th in the table with 32 points. They're 8-16. Their last 3 matches, they drew 1-1 with West Brom. Mm-hmm. They lost 0-2 to Man U and lost 0-3 to Spurs. They're not in a great stretch this past few games. All right.
Certainly improved, though.
Do what?
They've certainly improved, though.
Yes. Bringing in new manager has done wonders for them. They're no longer in the relegation zone. So that's already a tiny little victory for them. These players are definitely out either on loan or on injury. Wilfred Boney, Fer, Sanchez, McBurney, Montero, and Rangel. So possible lineup could be looking at Fabianski, Naughton, Van der Orn, Fernandez, Mawson, Olsen, Ayew, Key, King, Klukas, and Jordan Ayew. You spoke with a Swansea supporter earlier this week. Yes. Any information as far as danger men that we need to be thinking about, or any thoughts that he might have about this one?
Jordan Ayew's the big thing for Swansea fans, really, coming back from his red card suspension. Against West Brom, Tammy Abraham got his first goal since October, but there's an overwhelming feeling that Jordan Ayew's just going to come back straight back in and play with his brother, Andre. But I genuinely, as you said, of course, we need to be wary about this game with it being an away match. But also, this game means something to Swansea. They've got Manchester City and Chelsea coming up after us, so this is definitely a game where they're going to feel like they can pick up points. They've won the last 4.
I don't like that.
They've won the last 4 in the league at home, and I really feel like under Carlos Carvalhal, they've been a completely different animal than what they were under Paul Clements. I mean, when we last played them, when we beat them 3-1, they were rock bottom. They were bottom of the table. Now they're 14th, 4 points above the relegation zone, and I think they've got a few games there. I've just got notes here from when I was last talking to Swansea fans, and I think it is they've got a game in hand over 4 of the 5 teams below them. So obviously that's a bonus for them. And
yeah, that looks good for them.
This game means something to them, and I feel like Sam Allardyce can't underestimate that, because if he's coming into this game thinking it's going to be a walk in the park, it's certainly not going to be.
Yeah, I would think I don't know. I feel like he's not going to approach it that way. I don't think he will. I'm just worried about an emotional shift after a derby. When you play a derby, when you're totally geared up, everyone's, adrenaline's pumping. and then you travel to Swansea next game. I'm worried about a letdown. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I've got a suspicion that this is going to be a high-scoring game, because obviously with the 3-1 loss to Manchester City at home, followed by that 0-0 at home to Liverpool, I really feel like, if ever there's a game to unleash pent-up aggression and attacking intent, it'll be this game here against Swansea, who have struggled for the majority of the season.
That is not in line with my prediction, Max.
Is it not?
We'll talk about that later. So we know out for us, we've got Holgate that's probably going to be out again, and we know Sigurdsson is still out. And then there's some other players out on loan and that are badly injured for a while. Those are obvious to Everton supporters. So what do you think Sam's going to do lineup-wise, and does that differ with what you would like to do lineup-wise?
I think me and Sam will go with the same defensive unit. Jordan Pickford in goal, Seamus Coleman at right back, Michael Keane and Phil Jagielka at centre half, and Leighton Baines at left back. The midfield, I feel like, is where opinions going to divide between me and Sam, because I've got the feeling that it's going to be Schneiderlin and Rooney in the midfield together with Tom Davies. Again, I don't feel like Idrissa Gueye is in the position to start, and this is where I feel like a bit of discussion can be made, because what would you do with the midfield? Because would you take Schneiderlin out, particularly after that performance against Liverpool? Would you take him out and put Gueye in?
Personally, I would play the players who played well last match. I would reward, and I feel like Sam tends to do that sometimes.
So you'd take Rooney out in that case and put Gueye in.
Yeah.
But like we were talking about Rooney before, these are the teams that Rooney really does
totally true.
Against.
Yeah.
So I really do feel like there's a bit of a dilemma. I mean, look what playing yourself into a bit of form does. Morgan Schneiderlin all of a sudden giving us a bit of a selection headache in the midfield. So
unheard of a few weeks ago. I think the one who he's going to drop, I think if he ever has any options, he drops the youngest one usually, and he always errs on the side of experience. So I think we could see Gueye, Schneiderlin, and Rooney starting together. Rooney kind of moving a little more forward. I think I could see that happening. I feel like that's what there was some mention of that possibly happening earlier this week after the derby. I don't know. I could see it, and I feel like he'll drop Davies, even though I think Davies played well enough to play this next game.
Because I myself there just trying to think what I'd do with Wayne Rooney. I mean, it might be to his not to his satisfaction, but I think I'd just have to bench him and bring him on. Really,
that's what I would do. That's exactly what I would do.
I think my midfield would be Schneiderlin, Gueye, and Davies. And I said this earlier, and I'll say it again. I don't want to see it as Tosin being isolated. I want to see Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Tosin, and Walcott playing up front together. I want to see them kind of emulate this front three that Liverpool really kind of put on the map, with the kind of constant movement in and around each other, always creating chances for each other. I really want to see that, because I feel the impact that Calvert-Lewin had on the game when he came on was really good. And he's not a winger, and I think a lot of people need to realise if you're going to stick him out on the wing, it's going to not so much it's going to deteriorate his ability, but there's going to be so much to his game that you're not going to see. So I feel like playing them as a tighter front three, we kind of get the best out of all of them then.
I don't know if he's going to change formation to play them as a tighter front three. I don't know if he'll do that, But I could see him throwing DCL in for Balassi and playing DCL as a winger. I think with DCL as a winger, what we saw was great work ethic. We saw him bravely tracking back, winning possession, having a little cojones, taking players on 1v1. I think he's got more quickness right now than Balassi does.
Yeah.
Balassi's got more power. DCL's got more quickness. I think Balassi puts a better ball in the middle. Crossing, putting it across. I don't think DCL is much of a crosser as far as putting service in from the side. DCL is all about slicing in and trying to get short combinations with people or laying it off to Baines to let him cross.
Yeah,
that's what I think you see more from DCL. I don't know. I could see a world where Sam still starts Balassi and brings DCL in the second half. I could see it. Just because like I said, I think he tends to play experience. But I think if you judge who played the better match last Saturday, it's DCL. And that's who I would start. I think you and I would start the same players. Maybe, I don't know about the formation. I haven't really thought about formation, I got to be honest. But I think we'd start the exact same players. I just don't know. I think Sam will definitely disagree with what we're saying, though, in terms of the midfield. I don't know if he's going to go with our choices. I could see him yanking Davies and putting Rooney in there, and I could see him starting Balassi. But anyway, I think I think he just needs to start Gay. I think if he doesn't start Gay, that's when they start taking advantage of our lack of speed in the midfield.
Yeah, I agree.
So, anyway, prediction time.
2-2.
2-2. I'm asking for the big hurt here. I'm picking a 1-0 win. I don't know why. Why do I think our defense is going to hold firm like we did last week?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why do I think that? Because I think we're going to be more attacking. I don't think we're going to... I think one of the reasons we held them last week is because we chilled and we over-respected them and we didn't give them a lot of opportunities because they had so much space outside the 18. You know? But I don't know why. I think we're going to get a goal. You know? I don't know why.
My thought process wasn't so much, look at how well we did in the last game. Because, defensively we were solid and we were exceptional against Liverpool. I just think from a Swansea point of view, this game is important.
Yeah.
And it's a game that they can see themselves, picking points up in, whether that be 1 or 3. I feel like it's definitely one that they're going to approach, that they're just going to say. And I think Carlos Carvajal deserves a tremendous amount of credit for what he's done.
Yeah.
And particularly for the way he's conducted himself, because I've not quite seen a man, other than a Jurgen Klopp or Pep Guardiola or Jose Mourinho, come in and have such a positive influence and grab so many headlines and media attention. But I've just got a feeling he's just going to say, look, they're there to be added to back. They've been vulnerable at the back this season, and it's a game we've got to pick points up in.
I mean, looking at this potential lineup, they could be starting Andre Ayew kind of on the right. And that would be up against Leighton Baines, who defends well but doesn't have the speed he used to. Okay? That will be an interesting matchup, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think Coleman could handle Klukas on the side, if that's who would be on the side. I think that's who would be on the side, the other flank. But also, I mean, if I look at this particular lineup, they're talking about basically 5 in the back. Naughton, Van der Horn, Fernandez, Mawson, and Olsen. So that means, really, Olsen and Naughton will be the ones on the wing. Bombing forward, and that's really who the wingers will be. And those are still 2 fast players. Still, I don't know if fast as they were, quick players. Okay, so I don't know, man. The more I talk about it, the more pessimistic I get. So maybe we need to stop. because you may have talked me into a 2-0 loss. I was picking a 1-0 win for us, and now I'm like, oh shit, how are we even going to... Yeah.
As I said earlier, I just see this as a game that's got goals in it, because I feel like Everton have got, I think Everton will really try and make an impression in this game. I think, obviously, coming into it, it's a game that Sam will see as one that we should win. Mm-hmm. And one where he'd really say to Walcott, where he'd say to Tosin, come on, try and make your mark on this game, because they haven't been excellent this season, and we can try and exploit them. But obviously, on the flip side to that, this is a much more important game for Swansea than it is for us. So I feel like they're gonna give us a fight.
So here's the way I'm feeling about this now. After taking what you say on board, I think the last game, despite the fact that we drew, actually gave us some confidence.
Definitely from the way it ended.
Okay, so I think we drew some confidence there. Either we drew confidence or we are severely disappointed. So I'm going to say either a 2-0 loss, because we'd be severely disappointed, or a 2-0 win because of the confidence. I'm flat out going I'm not going to say a tie. I think 1-0 is too close. I think there are two very distinct ways this could go, because I think Swans are going to be gunning for us, like you say. Yeah. And either we'll be carved out of wood, ready for it, or we're going to be like, oh, we should have won the derby, damn it, and we're going to get drilled.
Yeah.
That I've gotten clarity, and I'm pulling an Edward.
Yeah, head in your heart.
I'm not going to say head in my heart. I'm going to say two heads.
Yeah, I got the left side of your brain and the right side of your brain.
Yes. Do I think we're somehow going to gain confidence out of the game, or do I think we're going to be like feeling sorry for ourselves and wallowing in the fact that we dropped 2 points, which we did? So, which one of our brains is going to take over? I don't know. Yeah. I think it depends on who's taking charge in the locker room.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, now that I've danced on the fence long enough, I pick us to win or lose. Hey, I'm a ridiculous human. I guess that's it. That's it for our Swansea preview. Subscribe to the Toffee Blues YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a comment. We're gradually nearing 700, and we're striving for 1,000. May not happen, whatever. Check out Max's analysis on the Toffee Blues website. And just check out the Toffee Blues website as a whole. Play around on there. There's a lot of Everton stuff on there. Check out the Toffee Blues on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And I have nothing else. So, Max, thanks a lot, man. Good to talk.
Great to talk.
And here's hoping we don't play like shit on this weekend, on Saturday. Yeah? All right. Yeah. All right, man. Take care. For Max, for Gerry, we are out. Bye.